Grazie. Grazie. Abbiamo te. Yes, established.
Hey everyone, and welcome to today's exclusive section. Thank you for joining us. I am Samuel Harrison from iTech Solutions Limited. We're to connecting people with technologies. Today's discussion is focused on that is around the world. Every business needs Zoho and how Zoho can grow. Whether you're a startup, a small business owner, a growing enterprise, or a large organization, you will discover how the right technology can help you streamline operations, increase productivity, improve customer relationship, and make smarter business decisions. We are honored to have with us an experienced Zoho expert who share practical insights, best practices, and real-world examples of how Zoho business can leverage Zoho suites of applications to achieve greater efficiency and sustainable growth. Please join me in welcoming our guest, Dr. Kumar Mishra, Zoho experts, EMD of Dunia's Global Consultant Group of Companies. Welcome. Thank you for joining us.
Namaste. Welcome, everyone.
Okay. Before we dive into the technical aspect, could you please introduce yourself and tell our audience a little about your professional journey with Zoho?
Thank you, Harish. I came to Nigeria in 2007, and prior to that, I was working with Standard Chartered Bank in India. And as you know, the most of the banks, without good technology and IT, they cannot drive a business. So I was part of a team called EPS, the PeopleSoft General Ledger. In fact, that was the ledger of Standard Chartered. So we were from the finance side, the financial aspect of it, like how to go to the bank at path where it leads to many more countries. It goes plus its business also increases technical technology should be sound enough, the back of attacks, hackers and all from all over the world. So that gave me is on how to work with technology, to understand about the software, why a company who's doing a business in the software. And then after a few years, I came up with called Joe. And if you see the product has got bought in USA mostly by Indian friends together, and catches the need of from a small business house to many individual. So just to tell you today, Zoho serves more than 150 plus clients all over the globe. And again, it gives you the best technology, but at a very cheap price. Now, one thing I like to mention is when they started in $90, so for Nigerians it used to be difficult to come to $1. So tomorrow they have to do a different price, next day different price. In India, I requested them, why do you not have in Nigeria? Market with local pricing. And I don't know, sometimes I came to know whether I thought they understood it. And today, Zoho is in Nigeria and offer most of the services in Naira. So let's go for us.
Wow, thank you very much. That's coming from the Group Managing Director of Dunia's Global Consultants. Dunia's Global Consultants into service. like the travel, the visa, the base medicals, agri, the agricultural sector, and also the high tech, and also we bring in Visual Studio. So feel free to call in and contact us for any kind of services. So as we proceed, sir, can you briefly introduce or tell us what Zoho is all about and why businesses need Zoho in Nigeria?
Okay. Let me tell you. First, understand it is not only about Joe. It's about any software that we use in our daily life. Even the spreadsheet, when Microsoft Office started, and it has got mail, it has got Word, it has got PowerPoint. It, those are small software which has helped operating in John, like SAP, Microsoft Dynamics, and there are many names. But there was a whole market sales. They wanted to fill that, but still there was a global requirement for a giant, who can really cater the need of a small business as well as a very big enterprise. So, uh, so basically, any profit organization or even non-profit organization you run, you need a software to manage the finance. So where the minimum, exposure of software, to human starts. So that you can keep your data, you can understand your, say, you have any expenses you have incurred, and at the end of the day, the profit you have to calculate your taxes, know your compliance, and then pay to the authority, and then whatever profit you get comes to the owners of the business. So the very important uh, you have a software, and that is so most importantly, most important is have a financial software where you can know, because most of the businesses in and around and many parts of this state don't know where they're heading. So that's what they provide like a task, like what end of the month, what you sold. Yeah. Today, what's your expense end of the month? What you spend? So you can also have a control like, oh, fine, you cut your pocket according to what you make. So you should know like what you are spending and whatever you are making. So end of the day, you don't struggle for cash flow. And believe me, the requirement of Joe is much in this part of the world. So that's my submission. Like, everybody are small because whenever we are small, we think that we don't need you don't need the culture to the organization. When you grow, that discipline is there. That can be job. Because you don't have any control. You don't know what is happening to the business. So a software works as a it gives you all the numbers. Because if you see for a business, I always tell them there are five numbers that what is you're going to receive, what is you're going to receive, what is your total asset base, what asset you are holding, and what is the asset. There are few things you need to know to run your business well. So we cater all these things in Dunia, and I think is trying to do is to get people to the habit of working on Joe. That you cannot pay for a whole ERP by resource planning. Bit by bit, you tell us what is your urgent need. But financial is a must for any organization. It is profit or not profit. Yes. Thank you, Raj.
That was so educative. I believe we are actually learning our expert in Zoho and transformation. So, sir, how does Zoho improve operation?
as such or software. Data here, the data will be available on another software. For industry, it is enterprise resource planning, and those are mostly applicable for middle or bigger organizations, or for an aspiring organization who thinks that the future is there. It is just for them to make the setup. So what happens? For internal communication, you need a flow of channels. So there is something called work drive, where you have your goals, and prepare your to-do list. You can plan your day. You can delegate something, some job comes to you, so there can be a workflow, like you want to give to your team to do it with a timeline. And it also takes reminder by itself. So it doesn't even increase the internal communication, but it also sets a tone for talking to all outside the world. So work product, and then we have something for sales, which is your CRM, that is customer relationship management module. Plus for campaign. So what is your campaign in our social media? This is the age of social media. It's a digital transformation. So everybody wanted to be there. So this Zoho campaign will tell you that how many clients we have reached, what the people who were interested in your business, and how seamlessly you can work, convert contact to a lead. So it gives you a lot of plethora to work. So that's where Zoho supports you on both internal as well as communication with your partners.
Okay. Thank you very much, sir, for that explanation. And also, you said something initially that department is one of the strong growth of any organization. Now, bringing Zoho into an organization have to do with the finance. Now, how can Zoho it's invoice, payment reminders, and bank reconciliation?
Okay, that's a wonderful question. Let me tell you very simply. Zoho works on a cloud-based model. Okay? So the convenience of it, like you can operate from anywhere in the world. So suppose you did a meeting and you want to send invoice then and there. Within 2 minutes, your invoice will be online. Now, how it works? The first thing is that you need to create a customer. Now, anytime you want to create an invoice for that, you create a customer. Now, it's very important for us to know about a few particulars about the customer, like who's the person you are dealing with, what is his number, what is his address, correct? Yes, sir. His mail ID, and then you go to get the customer data. Then the customer wants to buy your products or services. You immediately create an invoice, send it to them. Sending will go through mail because the record that we have made. It can even go to WhatsApp. Okay. Not only that, you can even give your photo access. You want them to see like what is the dealing is started from the very first day, so you can click, and with the click, your phone, his phone itself, you can cut in the invoice, and any correspondence from the. So it is not like earlier where in one software you click one invoice, you put your mail, then you send the mail. No, it's seamlessly it's connected to your financial module, which is called Books in Zoho, and from there it goes straight to the. So that's number one. Now the client wants to pay. Very easily, there will be a link. If you want to use the link, so you need to invoice because once it takes to that link, his invoice is paid, and your system will so now it is all department, your finance department to go and get from bank. And luckily, the bank reconciliation system earlier, what we used to do as an accountant, you'll have to print the bank statement, you have to print your home and go manually, find the numbers. But now, what happens? In Zoho, you just download your bank statement in a particular form. Okay? It's allowed format .tv, so CSV. So if you allow that format, you update to Zoho. Zoho will be able to find the numbers and tell you, okay, fine. For this match, I'm seeing this match. Is it okay? Just go on clicking, and it takes it. So it's very beautifully done and a very little training, a minimum training. Everybody can do that. So it is not a rocket science.
Okay, thank you so very much for your time and answer explanation. If you have questions, you can send them through the chat, the Facebook link of video. So, sir, the question is this: Nigerians, they are so concerned about security. So, when it comes to Zoho, how does Zoho secure every stored data of businesses and organizations? So, what should the people that are really wanting to use Zoho have in mind when it comes to security of their data and information?
Yes. So if you see, data is not stored in your place, and thinking like my data has a problem or data can leak. It will never until and unless you share your login ID and password. Because once you get the system, you create your own password, and you will not allow you to create weak password. No, it's a 8-digit password and mix up of numbers, digits, and void characters. So it will ensure that. That's number one. Number two, it is protected. It is protected by the highest European standards. And the data, your data is stored in a place you do not know. So even some of your smart staff, they want to play with your data. Until and unless they have that, they cannot do it. Number one. Number two, since data is stored in a cloud, it is accessible everywhere. So many people will think that, oh my God, if it is cloud, anybody can go and pull from it. But it is not so. They follow a very strict norm that it is fully encrypted, and it is now it is your data and you. Think like a locker system, which is in the bank, which is more secure than you keeping home, so people can come and break any time. So those data centers are protected. Uh, with all the means. Number one, number two, the data will always be encrypted. Nobody can access in between. When we communicate through a telecommunication channel, it's not possible at all because it is you. And they also takes the responsibility. If there is a breakage in data, you can go and sue them. It's not just because if you see the number of companies, the size of Zoho as it is one of the biggest area, in the area of operation. So, and from small to multinationals, like I have few numbers here, which I will let you know that which are the world's biggest companies. Like Facebook on Meta Automation, so, there are far bigger companies. I'm going to tell you which are not Zoho. So, it's data is protected, it's guaranteed. Until today, we are working with Joe from last 7, 8 years. We have a various clients in IT. You will not be hearing about even a single data. So your data is fully secured and it complies the world European policies and processes. Thank you.
Okay, sir. Thank you very much, sir. I believe there's a question going on through most of our mind. Um, what businesses, organizations, companies that you think is eligible to use Zoho as software?
Okay, if you see, it is not that irrespective of your size, because they even provide you a small module as a finance module that is called books, and we charge some 50 or so license. In fact, they give you first 1 month for free. So you test it, you first understand it, and then you use it. Plus, there are several modes where there is a premium, ultra premium. The names are different, but it is like those services. Some of the services comes free. And I always reiterate and tell people that first go ahead and see how how it works for you. Yes, you may need training, you may need a consultation, because somebody needed to introduce you to us that you become a friend.
Exactly.
So, but all of us are not like, hey, how are you? And then you become friends. And especially in technology, you need to learn this. And then there is a lot of reading material available online. Zoho itself provides a lot of coaching on that. So there are self-learning modules which you can go and get going. So there are many things, on that, on learning path. But in case you are in Africa and you want to know if you are also in our time zone or not, we can connect you and guide you on maybe first few hours or even three. We don't mind because we really want us to go where people start understanding the use of technology for bettering their business. And
That's good. Thank you, sir. So, can you briefly give us a list of applications that Zoho has that are beneficial to organizations or businesses?
okay, if you see, like what we do in a business, a business is always done with a profit motive, right?
Yes, sir.
So when you register a company, you register with corporate affairs commission, and then they give you a certificate, a number, and PIN number. So all your taxes can accumulate there. So the first thing any business will use is Zoho Books. That is for financial management. Now, next, what do you need? You need to take care of your customers because without customers, without service, you can't make a profit. So what you do? And to serve your customers, books will not be sufficient. And you need to go to the sales model. You have CRM, you have your campaigns, for marketing. Because you also need to shout and tell people that, hey, I'm in the market, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. So all your social media channels can be managed at one place. That's okay. So go and create sound. And when the customer comes to knock your door, you create that CRM. You understand the individual problem, solve them, find a solution, and then you start getting their pattern. Correct? So, Zoho Books, CRM, then you have to manage your own people, right? So you need Zoho, where the company. You need to understand where how your human resource is working. Because these are the people they are going to do that. Now, how those people will communicate internally and with all others? So you need email or a walk track. Email is not, it should not be an appropriate thing to tell you, but the walk track will be a right platform. And as you proceed, we have several uh, small software that patches in, and then maybe you want to secure your password, you need a wallet, you need to sign your document, there is time, you need to create some flow, so there is something called creator. So the software, as you start using it, start learning it, it has got 50 plus applications currently. And it's developing each and everything by considering like what human being needs in the business. Doing things in a less. So most of the automated flows and all that can be designed in the software. Very vivid.
Thank you for that explanation, sir. Now, let's talk about another area. Let's go with instant impact. Can a business owner customize this particular Zoho software to the taste of his business?
Yes. See, anytime you use a software and there is something called standardized. So standardized like like a ready-made. I want my size is XL. I get a search and I pay for it, right? Yes. But I want to now standardize. So what I will do, then I will get the cloth, go to the tailor and tell him my specification. I want the pocket here or here, that's my decision. So then you customize it. So Zoho can be customized in the last tune because that's where the creator works. Zoho implements any partners work. Not only make it customized as per your taste, as per your need, will also implement and test your thing. So that they will because if they don't see if you bought a Ferrari and you can't use it. Or if you buy a cycle, you can't use it, which is one thing, right? So that you need your partners and the trainers. So once you train and you know fine, you're of your own, then what you need is a small support here and there. So that you can get anytime online through the community or through your partners.
Okay, that's great. Um, let's take some questions. One of our, he said, it is really Joshua Isaac, if I'm actually saying this right. Okay, how can businesses generate more leads using.
Okay, that's great. See, Uh, this world, where the business comes from, you need to see. So business comes from mostly from your online scouting, your cold calls that you make from WhatsApp, sometimes through a call, sometimes through your mail promotion, sometimes through your sponsorship. So, like it can come from so many channels. Now, what you can do for you is bring all those at one particular place. That is called CRM. So that's CRM. CRM is customer relationship management. So understand, customer relationship management. Customer comes, if it is just touching superficially for your service, tomorrow you will be continuously reminded after a periodic intervals. He might be looking for your business. So it is when he is looking, he will get back to you, right?
Yes.
So what's your job is to keep on continuously handling it until that. See, I'm here for you. I'm here for you. Any lead you miss, any phone calls you fail to reply, what happens? You give that business to some other partner, some other competitor. So what Zoho does, it analyzes brings to one place. So whether a lead is won or lost, you can follow up to that. And there is a process. It will tell you once you do well, all the leads are filtered well, you have done all the entries in the data. It can even tell you that, oh, next month, how much you are generating, how much what will be your business, what can be your projected cash flow. So see, this helps you in fine tuning the complete sales process. And then to safeguard you, like, oh, fine, my business is doing fine. Like, let me put an example. So for each month, you do 100 leads, correct? And the conversion rate is safe, right? Because typical business about 5% will. So what happens then? If you continuously converting 5%, so you are assured that I have 95 clients already there that I can reach them, and I can also get the business from them. And this 5% is 15 million in a month. So slowly you'll know that, oh, fine, I'm at a base of 60 million. That assured cash flow. And then how I can go up to 80, up to 100, then after. So it will help you a lot in the planning process. When you are setting up the service industry, even for the product and service industry, you need to maintain that relationship. So it is just right. You need to manage that relationship that with the right word. It is not just maintaining or knowing them once in a while, but you keep in touch with them. You create meetings, you do calls, you ask them. Sometimes you even read them for nothing. And just, "Sir, how are you? I'm here. So please, next time if you need, let me know." Like that. It helps you in keeping all those things in track. And also, it's automated. You don't need to do immediately if somebody tells you, because is there, you place, you serve, or then. So, our relations they differ, and most of them are automated. And the number of people you can serve using these automated systems and by number differs. It's a huge package. Yes, that was great. Thank you.
All right. Now, this other question is coming from Onyemichi. Is the question: can a trader that sells in Idumota markets that runs maybe let's say he said that runs a shoe selling shop, can that business go for you?
Yes, very well, very well. Because see, wherever you are your product, believe me, you must need a software. The reason is what? You mention a stock and you have say, 10 sizes of and 20 varieties of suits. Correct? Correct. So you have like 30 types of inventory. So for a suit seller, you need to know like which size is selling. If you want to place an order and the suit comes out in a month from anywhere in Nigeria or any other place in the world, you need to know where your inventory is adjusting. If you don't have a control and you don't know which particular size and color or male or female of the child and selling out of this 30 SKUs, you don't know what will be your reorder level. And you will be ordering maybe some size which you don't require. And already it is in the stock. Okay, you're getting this. So that will help you because inventory is the current asset, it's the cost when you keep it and you fail to sell. So that leads you to trouble with your business, right? Because for a trader as a business goes, that time he needs money. If your stocks are there, always there intact, and you are that means you are not selling. Number one. Number two, with that also you can also see like, oh, fine, if my particular brand is not selling, can I offer some discount? Because that leads to that. Or can we reach to other people who sell our which are not selling? Okay, understand. Yeah. Because business, especially in this part of the world, is not easy. People has capital problem, some other people challenge, but still, they struggle. So this software will help you provide the right partner to understand what you need to do on inventory, because inventory is a direct, it's a direct cash, direct asset. So you sell, you replenish. So all those, once you do it well, there should be also a minimum level. If my inventory goes to 10 and I do need to be this, and then they must subscribe for some software, if not sure. Thank you.
All right, sir. Thank you very much, sir. Now there's a question. I just want to take this last question from Miss Isioma Ahmed. She said, where can business get professional? Where can businesses get professional Zoho implementation, training, and ongoing support?
Okay. So see, they have tried to make it simple. Your partners can be anywhere in the world. Your support system can be anywhere in the world. Zoho itself has a lot of, the representatives who will support you in case you need that. Now, you can reach us, you can reach iTech team, and for anywhere in West Africa or part of Africa, even for Europe, that we expect support. And that's the beauty of it because it's a cloud computing. Nobody holds the data. So, suppose you don't want to use some client, some of your partners tomorrow, nobody can tell you that, no, 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 fine, you have to use because the server is in my room. No, server is not there. It's just the login ID and password. But I'll also caution you that anytime you go through a partner, please ensure that you make certain checks, like what are the clients they have worked with, how good their uh, implementer team is, and even before that, when they come to assess your business, please help them open it up fully. That what are your pain points? Because what I believe that if the software doesn't remove your pain points, it is of no use because they are tools to do your business easily. So the first job or the first expectation from them is before anything security or compliance come is to give you that. So as you know, very important that you need one partner. So find your partners, thoroughly inquire about them, get to know how long they're into business, what is their team size, and what really they can do for you. And once signed, please, again, I will give you one more advice. Don't stick on a very, suppose you have got some competitive code, what happens to many clients, and they try to get the cheapest one. Try to understand you are not buying something cheap. You are buying something which will help you to run your business. So be very interact and intelligent, to understand like what you are buying. Because there are many training partners in the field or implementers which can leave you in between. Once you are left in between, you don't have any other challenge than to get a right partner. But please still don't leave it once they are bought because it's a long-term journey. People think that today I bought the software, it's like a car, I fill the fuel, I get running, what's repairing. It is not, it doesn't happen. A right partner, you need at least for first 2-3 years before your systems get set. The problem in Nigeria and part of Asia and Africa is we get too easily. We want it to be. So that now for the software is getting. So I'll tell you with this word of caution that please, whoever you're using, but you need the right training and implementation. That's my point of emphasis.
All right. Thank you so very much for coming to the educative session about Zoho. And on behalf of Information Limited, thank you to our distinguished for taking the time to be with us today. Thank you to everyone who joined us. If you would like to learn more about Zoho, how Zoho can transform your business, or if you need implementation, training, or support, please feel free to contact us. iTech Link Solutions Limited. They are out there connecting people with technologies. You can reach them on 25 Victoria Island, Lagos, Nigeria. The telephone number is 070 11 11 3716. And also visit their website, www.itechlink.com.ng, or you can send them an email at sales@itechlink.com.ng. Thank you once again for being with us on this session. We know we don't have enough time to hear from our experts, but we get little from our experts, Mr. Davish Mishwakuma, and who I'm happy to have you here again to speak to us about how to run our business. Thank you for joining us. You have a nice day ahead, and we look forward to seeing you at our next event. I remain your host, Samuel. Welcome, sir.
Thank you. Namaste, viewers. Thank you very much. Thank you, Samuel, for having me here. We will keep on this because we need to create an enabling environment for the business.